Being present is very powerful. It's not going to do you too much good thinking too much into the future and thinking in the past. Okay. 3 tips to stay present. Because being present is where the magic happens. Tip number 1. Anytime you find yourself thinking in the future too much or thinking in the past too much, you want to ask yourself this question. Is it happening now? Now, don't use your mind to think about the question. Actually ask yourself out loud, is it happening now? And I guarantee you, it's going to like a light switch. It's going to turn you off from thinking that way, because your mind cannot prove to you that what you're thinking about in the future is happening now. Number 1. Second one, this is kind of, but if you're thinking about the past or the present and you just simply pinch yourself like that, your awareness to that pinch is going to bring you back into the present moment. That's funny. But yeah, it's been times I've been driving and my mind was just thinking about this. I'll be like, okay, I noticed that. I'm back in the present. Okay, another one that is powerful is pay attention to your current surroundings. So if you're thinking about this, that, and the third, or too far in the future, and what I have used that was effective is I'll just start looking around like, oh man, look at that, look at that, look at that. Well, when I'm doing that, I'm back into that present moment. So 3 tips that I've used that it could help you to stay in the present moment. Recap. Number 1, whenever you're thinking about the past, the future too much, the question we want to ask, is it happening now? Now say it out loud to yourself. Second, to put yourself back into the present moment is the pinch. Third is be aware of your surroundings that are in the present moment. Like you could look, there go the trees, there go a car, there's a building, there's a wall, so forth and so on. But these are key ways to stop your mind from racing. Stop your mind from racing and going and stuck in the future that you can't do nothing about. And when you get there, guess what? When you get to next week or tomorrow or 3 days or next month, guess what? Anybody got an answer for that? Guess what? If you're thinking about the future so much, and when you get there, guess what? You're in the present moment again. Being present, if your mind is constantly that way, you're missing what's happening now. Now, you're not missing it on the level as you don't know it, but you're missing the magic that could happen now. When you're in the present moment, you don't have all that traffic going on. Okay? I like to call it mental diarrhea, because it's just a bunch of shit that you're thinking about back and forth. Man, I did that. Man, what happened at that? Blah, 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 blah. But you got a lot of traffic. And you're creating this. Did you know that if you hold on to a thought 17 seconds or longer, it's going to perpetuate another thought? So, to make that make sense, if I'm thinking about something bad, it's kind of really hard for me to think about bad and negative stuff anymore because I really program myself not to deal with negative things, and I don't. It's like I'm immune to it now. Like negative stuff is like a plague. It's like a disease coming to me, and I need to stop it. I don't like it. Okay, it's one thing to observe something. There's another thing to absorb that something. You know what I'm saying? It's not that I don't see it, but I don't absorb it. So as well as I see it with my eyes and I turn this way, as well as that negative thing or situation is gone. Because I don't entertain my mind with that. Now, this is easier said than done when we grow up being around negative situations all the time. We almost think it's cool to share something negative. But why? One question I asked myself was a long time ago, why do I like negative stuff? Why am I so in tune with listening to negative stuff? Then the next question was, how is that serving me? How is thinking about negative stuff, getting involved in negative situations, gossiping, judging? I can't wait to tell somebody something negative, like they gonna like me more. I told them some good news. You didn't tell nobody no good news. You didn't took people's vibration to the floor with your negative talk and stuff, you know? So, if you can tell me one thing that is beneficial to you and the person you're telling it to when you're speaking about something negative, tell me how it affects you and how it affects that other person. Tell me if it helps you or it helps that other person. Tell me if it's beneficial to you and that other person. I'll wait. Oh, okay. 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 Now, let's flip the coin. When you're positive and you're focusing on the good, and then more good comes about, and you're experiencing the good things in life, let's talk about how that affects you and the other person. Number one, when you're looking at something good, or you focusing on the good, or you taking the good out of life, it raises your vibration. You're not watching something or seeing something good and feeling bad. Hello, world. Number two, you're also raising the vibration of the collective whole. You're expressing that positive, that good that you're sharing with others. It's not making them say, oh my God. It's making them say, man, that was great, that was good. So you're raising the vibration. When you raise the vibration, now your energy, so it comes out as good energy, you know. You know, I just thought about something. You know how your phone has an algorithm, right? Okay, if you was to look up in your phone cars or houses or cooking, anything. Do you know in that your phone is starting to set up an algorithm for that? So the next time you look at your phone, it's going to be a lot of different, whatever you was focusing on. Okay, let's say that. Okay, but you can have your own algorithm. Let me show you how. Okay, when you start focusing on the good in life, you start seeing more good. When you're thankful and grateful for things, the person or the thing or whatever you believe in starts to give you more things to be grateful for. You know what, as I think about it, they got the algorithm off our minds. Because whatever we're focusing on, we get more of that. Like an algorithm. You get more of that same thing that you're focusing on, just like your phone. If I type in cars, guess what's going to pop up? More cars. If I'm looking at something negative in my phone, guess what's going to pop up? More situation examples of that negativity. Same thing with your mind, what you putting out. The more you focus on the good, the positive things in life and not focusing on the bad, the universe is going to give you more positive things to focus on. There you have it. You didn't set up your own algorithm. Now, your experience in life is good, positive things, positive situations, positive circumstances. You see how that is? Does that make sense? You can set up your own algorithm by focusing on the good. That in turn brings joy, happiness, and all that, you know. But yeah, the more you focus on the good, the more good shows up. Because that's where your attention goes. So wherever your attention goes, energy flows. Attention goes, energy flows. Let's say the energy is the amplifier. If I focus on that, then that's going to be amplified. If I focus on negative, that's going to be amplified.